And we are back here with game number 3 of the first week of the Chobo Team League for Insight Gaming. It's Captain and Caster. This is Magi coming at you with another diamond matchup. This time, spawning into the top right hand corner. I always introduce the player that is immediately on my screen here. Spawning into the top right hand corner is the diamond player from FxB. It is Biscuits. And in the bottom left hand corner is the blue Terran player from Insight Gaming. It is Wrenvs. Alright, so already we're going to see a Reaper opening coming out here, and something I already want to point out is a Terran player in TVT, this is something you never want to do. I understand some people feel this is a good idea in TVT to wall off, but in my perspective as honestly I'm a Plat 1 Terran, I'm not Diamond, so thinking my word for it could be kind of bad, but at the same time, my perspective on it as a Terran player is you never wall off in TVT. Already an SCV going to be sent out here to get a scout off to see exactly what is going on. Wrenvs is going to throw down his first barracks away from his, up a little bit here. Almost near his ramp, but not a wall off for Wrenvs. I feel he could have gotten his barracks down a lot faster actually, but I think Wrenvs is going to scout around his main to make sure there's nothing cheeky here. SCV going to come in here and see if there is a barracks up here for Wrenvs. Looks like Wrenvs is just going to opt for a Reaper scout. He hasn't sent out SCV yet, but he did pick up double gas. So this means he can be going into a factory immediately. Yep, there it is. There's a factory. Factory, which means he could be going into that Raven Banshee tech on the 111. Maybe just going out for a Marine tank push here. Reaper is on the way. Biscuit's getting a full scout off. Even on the other side of the map, it looks like he is going to opt for an expansion instead. Actually look like something been beaten by a couple times. The 111 kind of a drop play. Snipe out that tank and you basically just follow up with another drop. You eventually just add on more and more drops. You eventually just doom drop your Terran opponent and you should be able to kill him off with that. But the first Reaper is out for Biscuits. Meanwhile on the other side of the map, the Reaper just now popping out for Wrenvs. A reactor going to be added onto this barracks as well. What if he's going to swap this? Judging by the distance. Because now he's just going to go right into the Cyclone production. Opting to keep his Reaper back home, not going out for the scout. SCV does return home, is going to start mining once again. Second Reaper being added on. It looks like this is starting to be more of a trend I'm seeing in TVTs. 2 Reapers to open up. Then you send them both out. Get the scout and try to do a little harassment. And Biscuit's expanding ahead of Wrenvs here. Wrenvs is opting for the 111. Actually, it's going to be a 2-1. Maybe a 2-1-1. I don't see this is an interesting decision. But he opts for his second barracks. He does start a tech lab, so it looks like this is going to be like a STEM Cyclone Marine push coming out of here for Wrenvs. I'm a little bit behind on TVT meta because I generally don't follow TVT metas. It's always just immediately go to Tank, Viking, and Marines. We do have Starport being added on it, Engineering Bay being thrown down for Biscuits. Looking like he wants to get his upgrade started. And neither player really doing anything too cheeky here. Reaper for Wrenvs is going to come out here and try to get a scout off, but with a limited pathing into the main base here, this Reaper should just end up falling. And it immediately just gets destroyed. 4 Cyclones being added on. You're going to see the Marine Cyclone push for sure. And it looks like we are going to have some medevacs and maybe a Liberator with this. It helps strengthen his push. His Cyclones are being added on for both players. Tech Lab. Going to be swapped onto the starport. So possibly going to see the Banshees coming out here. Okay, this is going to be a very interesting setup. But Wrenvs actually has a really good chance to make some aggression happen here. There's not much here to defend for Biscuits, but time is on Biscuits' side. If Wrenvs doesn't make this push work, that's pretty much going to be it. He's not going to have anything to defend with. He does opt for his command center on the low ground as well. Aliens are going to get up here to the natural ramp before his opponent. A scan being thrown down on Wrenvs' base here. To see if there is a command center, but Biscuits will know that this is an incredibly late command center, which means there should be some aggression coming out. And we do see the proper response of a bunker being thrown down, and Wrenvs is going to go for it, but this bunker is not done. Rick can find some damage here. He needs to get rid of the bunker before it finishes. SCVs haven't pulled, and there's going to be a lot of defense here. A lot of tanking with these SCVs. As Raven is added on, there should be a turret thrown down. He's going to push it back. Tank being added on, and this is it. That's it. Wren's push. Wren missed his timing entirely with his push. He's still rallying units across the map. But that the tank being out, no more aggression can come out here for Wren. That's the end of the aggression line. As he's just got units still rallying across the map. Like, but a Liberator addition coming in here, going to go for the harass and the natural for Wren. Meanwhile, Biscuits has his tank out. Has a missile turret here to defend. The bunker is done. At this point, this is Biscuits' game to throw. I'm hoping he... Honestly, I'm kind of hoping he realizes that. I think he does. But Wren with the Liberator here, going to start picking off workers. Gets 2 SCVs so far for his trouble, but the Cyclone should be able to clean this up. Only 1 Cyclone being able to add on. An interesting fact about these Cyclones, patch coming up here soon. Wren finding another SCV on that refinery. Very well placed. See if he actually opts to try and get some more damage done here. He is looking like he wants to try and pick off this SCV. Yep, he will get it. He is able to pick off some worker kills here. These Cyclones will not be able to push into this circle at all. On the other side of the map, the Raven is about to find some damage of its own. Here we go, 2 turrets being thrown down, and Wren not watching back home. This is going to bring his army in here to clean these up. But all you really have to do against Raven turrets is pull your workers away. You deny yourself the mining time, sure, but at the same time, you don't really lose any army. The third base going to be thrown down here for Biscuits on the other side of the map. Stim is not done yet for Biscuits. This is an incredibly late stim, actually. 6-minute stim. And a TVT. Stim is usually something I go for rather quick in TVTs. Widow Mine's being added on. It looks like Wren is fearing that there might be a push coming out here. There are tanks in this composition, so... And tanks, Vikings, and Marines. Here we go, folks. This is exactly where it's at. You know, actually, no, this sim isn't late. The build he did makes it seem late. But overall, not late at all. But with Biscuits being on a 3rd base here, this push is going to have some really good value coming out of it. Scan being thrown down. We'll see exactly where Wren's army is at. Pulls the SCVs away once again. Bruising his army a little bit here to try and clean up this turret. Again, you really don't need to worry about that. You just pull your SCVs away. You'll be fine. Here we go. Wren looking for the Doom drop. He might be able to find it. There's nothing here to defend this drop. If a scan gets thrown down right now, this drop is dead. If he scans for army, Wren's drop is done. That's what it's going to come down to here. Is the Doom drop from Wren is going to make its way around to the north. Come in from the left side, from the west. Third base is down here for Biscuits. It is saturated. Wren's just now starting up his 3rd command center. In his position, he tells me he is going to expand forward rather than to the south. To the north. But here we go. The drop coming in. Could deny this upgrade if he gets unloaded in time. Biscuits reacting kind of late here. He does see the drop, but the question is how much damage is going to get done here. The missile turret going to get cleaned up. Widow Mines have been dropped. The orbital command center does get lifted. And he should just drop for the eBay and deny the expansion because you'd be able to get out of here a lot easier. What am I going to find some purchase on top of these tanks? Wren finding some supply depots. This is going to hurt Biscuits quite a bit. End up supply capping him if he manages to kill off enough of them. The Vikings here are going to start to deny this drop. Wren trying to... losing a full medevac of Marines. He's going to lose the 2nd one as well. And I think that's going to be the beginning of the end for Wren, actually. There's nothing back home to defend. This drop didn't find the damage it needed to find. Liberator also over here. I missed this. It looks like he will pick off a few workers with it, though. But with that, what does Wren have left to do here? His 3rd base is late, like really late, actually. Biscuits has been on a 3 base. Saturated, fully saturated 3 bases. Here we go. The push for Wren or Biscuits is coming out. Upgrades. No upgrades here for Wren at all. He's just not starting his upgrades for +1. And Wren playing from behind. He's going to opt to move out. A scan being thrown down by Biscuits to see what his army's at. Oh, this is going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Wren is going to come. He's going to come around to where the 3rd base location. 3rd base location to the north is for Wren. But he doesn't know that the army moved out and went to the right. But Ren going to send a drop out to the north. Is actually going to possibly intersect this army. He is watching the drop. And here we go to Widow Mines. We're going to find some purchase here in this fight. But that's going to be it. The scan cleaning the rest of them up. Tanks are going to siege up. And here we go. Biscuits is going to push right up into the natural. Shave off a few units there. Going to get started harassing on these this orbital command center here. These Marines. Going to find some damage on that orbital and some SCVs. Scans being thrown down to see what his army is at. And at this point, Ren will be able to save off or kill off reinforcements. But he's stuck. He cannot push into his natural at this point. These tanks here are just finding so much damage. That's going to be it. He couldn't give it position on this third base without risk losing it. However, the problem was he also loses his natural in the process. Really well played there by Biscuits to realize the positioning on that. To pick up that position. He is just going to drop on top of this tank. He will be able to clean up these tanks, but for what it's going to cost him in the end, that's going to be game. No other damage being done is another army is ready to go for Biscuits. It looks like he is just going to take that army and march it across the map. As Red once again pushed back into his main base, trying to land the Vikings to find some damage, but they're going to get cleaned up. Tank here going to clean up the last of the bio. And Ren does actually push his back. He does push his back, but however, here's the final nail in the coffin as it marches across the map. Our Ren, army supply 65 to 21. I don't think he's got this, folks. That should be GG. And Ren will tap out there, giving FxB another win in the Diamond Division. As Biscuits takes the win over Ren. Until I get my replay for my next Diamond player, I cannot cast that game for you guys. So I am going to move into the Masters Division tomorrow. And that is a full 3-set match. Full 3 games. But with that, I'm going to close it out here. And once again, Magi, Captain and Caster for Inside Gaming. Hoping to find. I hope you guys enjoy.